Now what's on the way is we have word clouds, custom domains. Yay! I know that was a big one. A lot of people were requesting that. Custom tracking codes, improved reports. You can send data. You're going to be able to send data, that is, to an external source, and that's with UR variables. Sounds very techy, but we'll get into it a little bit later. And then share data between questions. Okay. And we have to start off with a quote, don't we? So you can become the solution your ideal customers have been looking for in every way, from the products you create to the things you say in your marketing. And you do this using a process known as your deep dive survey from, of course, Ryan Levesque. And I'm going to start off with a quote. Elon Musk is just someone I kind of follow. I think it's interesting things he has to say. I'm interested in things that change the world or that affect the future and wondrous new technology where you see it and you're like, wow, how did that even happen? How is that possible? Elon Musk. Pretty cool stuff. I mean, just and what we're doing here at bucket.io is we're trying to do some things that really change things up, make things really, to be honest with you, awesome for you. So without further ado, let's go to word clouds. Now, as you can see here, word clouds, you've probably seen these. You know, in I mean, even in WordPress, you can implement them and things like that. But what we're going to be doing here is it will be automatically generating word clouds for you based on responses, which is pretty awesome. And of course, the words will get bigger, and you'll be able to highlight them, and it will really give you a great picture into your hyper responses, which is, to be honest with you, that's a pretty awesome thing. And you'll be able to filter it down to change the size of the word cloud, things like that. I can't really speak to exactly how it's going to look because, you know, it's not even released yet, and you know, the Maxon team, they're working on all of that. But that's going to be a super cool feature, and I think it's going to really help. It's almost like an addition to, you know, your audience, your analytics information right there. But just kind of a great thing to look at, to be able to get a bird's eye view again of what's really popping for you there with the responses. And custom domains. And I know that there have been, from what I understand, a lot of you have been requesting this for some time, and you know, it makes sense. It does. Right now, you can select, of course, these various these domains already in existence, and those are the options for you. But down the pipeline, we'll have the option for you to input your own domain. And of course, we'll see how that all looks and what needs to be done there. But just know that that's coming down the line. And I mean, I totally get it that, you know, wanting to have your own domain on there. It's the cool thing. More options definitely does equal better for the most part, right? At least in this instance. Okay, and custom tracking codes. What do we mean by custom tracking codes? Great question. So here you're going to be able to use, let's say you want to incorporate Google Analytics, all right? So there's going to be a space in bucket.io where you're going to be able to implement your own, throw in your own analytics codes with a number of different, you know, from a third-party source, which is going to be a cool thing. I mean, to be able to just track with whatever analytics software that you're familiar with is a pretty huge thing. So that will be down the pipeline too. And then we also have, and we're going to have improved reports. Now, the cool thing is that reporting right now, in my opinion, is pretty awesome anyway. But the team is working on making that even better, which is, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do, what they're going to be doing to make that better. So be on the lookout for that as well. And this one, so this one, I'm not even going to attempt to really explain all the, you know, fine details of how this works, but just know that you're going to be able to send data to an external source. So, and this is going to be with URL variables. And let's say maybe my variable would be men's large blue shirt, and you'll be able to send that to another page, to another source, um, for you to analyze it in a different capacity, for you to use in a different way. Like I said, though, I'm not going to get really into that. I don't feel like it's even really necessary at this point, but that's also another thing that's going to be coming into play. And that's directly related to the next thing, which is you'll be able to share data between questions. Now, that's a really cool feature, and you're going to be able to share that data with tags. Whenever you go to create your questions, you'll be able to input certain tags, tag your questions in a way that allows you to, yeah, share the data. And once again, it's all about just that you'll be able to analyze that data that much easier, just so that you can understand your market that much more. Okay, so just to recap, and this is, a pretty quick little webinar here, just some highlights here, but just to, recap here a little bit, what's new? Discovery surveys, advanced reporting, speed optimizations, multiple lead capture with outcome mapping, and the ability to change the funnel type on the fly. What's on the road? We have word clouds, custom domains, custom tracking codes, improved reports. You'll be able to send data to an external source, and you'll be able to share data between questions. And as always, let's see here, you can always go to our knowledge base, which, by the way, I will be working toward, hopefully in the near future. I want to be working toward making that even more robust for all of you. I know there's been some requests for things for a little bit more of a robust knowledge base, more in-depth how-tos and all that. And I'm looking forward to building that out for you. Of course, you can get in touch with us via in-app messaging or via email. Thank you so much. Seriously, from all of us at the bucket.io team, I, for one, am really happy to have joined. I'm excited about what's coming down the line and what we already have, to be honest with you. Just exploring these features, I'm learning something new every day. So, and I hope all of you are enjoying it too and getting the most out of it. So thank you once again for joining me today, and well, I'll let you go for right now, but stay tuned for the live session later today, where we're going to build out a deep dive discovery survey at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. So thank you so much, everyone. You have a good rest of the day or evening, whatever time zone you're at. Thank you.